What's up, Vikings? I'm Luke,
I'm Hyder.
and this is New Wave Productions coming at you with your Monday broadcast. Do you know what the best part of every summer is? Summer reading. This year, every student can get a free book sent to their homes. The window for ordering these books will be open sometime this week. Lanza is looking to award $1,000 to 2 Latinx students who attend post-secondary education. To fulfill these requirements, please fill out the form. Here are the prompts. 1. How will your college experience change your family's trajectory? 2. How has your Latina dad intersected with your other identity? 3. Describe an accomplishment or an event that helped spark a new understanding of yourself as a Latinx.
Are you interested in science? Well, Riot Club is a perfect fit for you. They conduct experiments and research throughout the week, and they meet every Friday via Zoom 3 p.m. Check your emails for the Zoom links. Want to get into sports medical field? Well, Sports Medicine Careers is a perfect fit for you. They want to teach students on the medical fields throughout sports, and you could also go to Niles North to help out the sports teams as a volunteer. They meet monthly via Zoom 3 p.m. Here's a media story by Bliss Production on NN Vocal Jazz.
I have always loved jazz music since I was a kid. I have found that jazz allows me to not only express my feelings, but my emotions, and to see what happens in the students also. There have been so many students who have graduated over the years who have been members of these groups, and it has changed their life. It has not only allowed them to be a better musician, but it has developed leadership skills, problem-solving skills, and critical thinking skills, just to name a few. I have learned, most importantly, to be flexible, understanding, caring, and a better listener. I have also learned that the students here at Niles North always want to be better, and they enjoy the challenge of always raising the bar to the next level.
What vocal jazz means to me is making good music, spending late nights at school, and having fun while doing it. But most especially, it means family. And I say that because I have met people that I would have met otherwise, and people that I do know that are in vocal jazz, our relationships have deepened. And vocal jazz has helped me feel a part of our greater Niles North community by me just contributing with music.
Vocal jazz means a lot of things to me, but most notably, it's the discovery and understanding of a new style of music I wasn't really accustomed to. Before senior year, I wasn't really much of a jazz person. I was more of a pop and contemporary person. But when I decided to audition for Take One and being part of it for the past year, I've started to be more exposed to jazz, and I've really developed a love for it, and I hope to explore that in the future.
When I first joined Vocal Jazz, I was super nervous and I didn't think I was going to get along with anyone. But as the year went on, I realized that Vocal Jazz was just a place to feel welcomed and comfortable with expressing your talent with other people and building great bonds. And to me, I think it was just a really good experience because it kind of taught me how to be more confident in myself, and yeah.
Vocal jazz to me was an amazing opportunity that let me showcase what I was and still am passionate in. Throughout the years, the program, especially Mr. Gergerman, encouraged self-growth, not just as a singer, but also as a young adult as well, which I'm grateful for. And being with the same group of people almost every single day taught me the value of building these meaningful relationships with them, in order to create that unified sound that we strive to produce and that we are also known for. And yeah, vocal jazz to me is that bond that will never break.
Here's another media story by SFM Productions on how to edit photos.
Hello everyone, this is Farzim from SFM Productions. Last time we made a media story on how to get better at photography. This time we will be teaching you guys how to get better at editing photos. So let's get to it. Step 1. Choose your software. Photo editing software does not need to be fancy as most smartphones already have a photo editor built into the camera app. However, If you really want to step up your game, then there are a few options for you. Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom are typically the way to go for more professional photos because of the amazing functionality. Step 2. Choose your editing style. To complete this step, you need to ask yourself what type of photo you're editing. Is it a portrait, a first-person POV, a landscape picture taken from a mountaintop? Knowing the type of photo you're editing is important because certain filters and effects only look good on certain type of photos.
Step 3. Sharpen your photo. This is the one effect that is useful for every photo. Some image signal processors on smartphone cameras are programmed to soften up the photos you take to optimize storage. In order to fix this, there are a couple of options. If your phone has its own photo editor, there should be a sharpening slider. Turning this slider up will amplify the black and white pixels of an image in a way that will make it appear sharper. If you're using Photoshop, there is a blur/sharpen brush on the sidebar. This can be used to sharpen specific areas instead of the whole image. This is especially useful for portraits since you can use the brush to paint on only on your object while the background stays blurred. Step 4. Color correction. This is where categorizing what type of photos you edit can be useful. Here are some tips for some of the more popular types of photos. Let's start with silhouette pictures. Silhouettes are taken from behind your subject and facing a strong light source. The idea behind a silhouette is to show little to no detail in your subject, but allow them to stand out as much as possible. So in order to improve on a silhouette, you should darken shadows and reduce the exposure of your subject. For portraits, the idea is to make your subject stand out as much as possible. This can be done by blurring your background a little more and sharpening your subject using step 3. Portraits also tend to have cooler, less saturated colors, so change the lighting and saturation sliders accordingly. For wide-angle landscape photos, try using the opposite techniques of portraits. Instead of blurring the background, try to make sure everything is in focus. Instead of cooler colors, try using slightly warmer colors. And finally, try turning the saturation up. These were just a few editing techniques for just a few different types of photos. Now let's go ask some of our Now Listener students on what apps they like to use to edit.
Hi, I'm Kylene Katrick, and my favorite editing app is VSCO because there's so many things you can do in the app and so many filters you can use.
I'm Joe Villanueva, and my favorite editing app for pictures on my phone would definitely have to be Adobe Lightroom, just because there's a lot more advanced features and more detailed features that you can enhance your photos with. So I'd definitely say Adobe Lightroom.
Now that you've heard from some students, you can go to your app store and download some of these apps for free.
Hopefully by now you have a better idea on how to edit your photos better. This is Farzeen
I'm Miriam, and this is SFM Productions.
signing out. Thank you.
I'm Hyder,
And I'm Luke.
and this is New Air Productions signing off.